Greetings. Today I'm coming to you with a sports-oriented poem. Since we're closing out the baseball season, strange baseball season, I guess any sports season at this point is going to be a little strange. So I figured it wouldn't hurt to have a sports poem added to the mix. This is probably the most famous sports poem ever written. It's very, very simple, easy to remember. People know lines from it, most definitely. It is what many people call a sing-songy poem, so it rhymes like that, but you don't necessarily read it like that. I thought this would be a good one to bring to you today, or whenever I post it, which will be soon. But the one thing I wanted to say about a little bit of a deeper meaning here, like I said, it's a very, very simple poem. But I think one of the larger lessons of the poem is about the danger of arrogance. There's a difference between being strong and being confident and knowing that you can be a winner. But when you cross over that line to arrogance, like I'm too good, I could never lose, that kind of thing, sometimes that comes to bite you, comes back to bite you, and you know where. So this is a great baseball poem, but it also teaches the lesson of beware arrogance, keep it in check. So, as many of you probably have guessed by now, it's called Casey at the Bat, and it's by Ernest Thayer. So here we go. I don't know this by heart. I know that's hard for you to believe, but I know some of it, but I'm going to have to look at my book. So you're going to see the side of my face, top of my head, whatever. But anyway, here we go. Casey at the Bat. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 2-4 with but an inning left to play. So when Cooney died at second and Burroughs did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go. In deep despair, the rest clung to the hope that springs eternal in the human breast. For they thought, if only Casey could get a whack at that, they'd put even money up with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a no good, and the latter was a fake. So on that stricken multitude, grim and melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey's getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and the much despised Blakey tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, they saw what had occurred. There was Blakey safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from the gladdened multitude went up a joyful yell. It rumbled in the valley, it rattled in the dell. It struck the mountain tops, recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his cap. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurling through the air, and Casey stood a-watchin' in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. And now, then from the benches black with people went up a muffled roar, like the beating of storm waves in a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone in the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone, and he stilled the rising tumult and bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher. Once more the spheroid flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" screamed the maddened thousands, and echo answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Ah, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. See what I mean by arrogance? Casey thought he was too good for strike one and strike two. And strike three came and bit him in the bohiney. Anyway, I love this little poem. It's been a favorite since I first saw it, I guess probably in middle school. Middle school, yeah, I was in middle school once. Actually, they called it junior high back then. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a couple little glitches there, but I guess it'll do. I guess you can understand it and maybe enjoy it. So Casey at the Bat by Ernest L. Thayer. Sometimes I forget his middle initial. Baseball, great baseball poem. Great lesson about arrogance. Don't let it creep up on you and take over. All right? Enjoy the World Series. However it ends, we'll just have to be happy for the winner, right? Well, most of us will be. Catch you later. Casey at the Bat. Check it out.